It's a topic we hear far too often, child sexual abuse, and it happens to 42 million survivors in the U.S. Child sexual abuse is an epidemic affecting 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys. You probably heard about the little girl who was 4 months old and she died from child sexual abuse. Here to talk about more and how to keep your child safe is Angela Williams, who survived her own battle of child sexual abuse. Good morning.
I am so excited to be here to just share this critical message. I was 17 years old, barefoot, wearing just a t-shirt as I climbed to the top of the Talmadge Bridge, and when I got to the top, I looked down into these black swirling waters, and I did not have the courage to throw myself off that bridge like I had wanted to. I smelled like vomit because I had taken a mix of vodka and sleeping pills to try to kill myself just earlier, and my body rejected the poison, and I didn't know what I was going to do because I could not go home and be raped and beaten by my stepfather again. And I am the founder of the Voice Movement, and I have a very important message for the world. It's happened to Oprah, Ellen, Monique, like you said, 42 million survivors. And my mission is to make sure that no child is ever sexually abused again.
And Angela, you went through years and years of this abuse, right?
From age 3 to 17, and I come about this from a very organic place. The Voice Movement is about helping people have courage to address this issue. Everyone in my life looked the other way. Everyone in my life ignored the signs. Everyone in my life did not have the courage to step in and intervene and save even a piece of my childhood. I lost my entire childhood to child sexual abuse.
And that was because this was your stepfather, someone you knew. And this statistic is shocking. 93% of children are abused by someone they know.
They know, love, and trust, and only 1 in 10 ever tell because they don't have the words to tell. They don't know what's happening to them, and many of them are groomed and they're threatened. They're threatened with fear, violence. I'm going to kill your brother, your sister, your grandmother. So that keeps them silenced. So what Voice Today is all about is giving them a voice.
Okay.
You know, let's give a voice to adults on how we're going to predict and prevent child sexual abuse. Let's give a voice to our children, and then let's give a voice to those 42 million survivors.
Right. Okay, so how can we keep our kids safe?
We can keep our children safe with a simple formula, S-A-F-E. S, we have got to begin to speak. We've got to begin to speak as adults about how and why we're failing our children. And then we've got to be able to speak to our children to let them know not everyone in their life is safe.
Right.
We have got to be able to ask some tough questions.
Okay.
Has anyone ever touched your private parts? A great teachable moment is when you're putting your swimsuit on your little one to explain to them where their private parts are, and that is off limits. We've got to begin to follow up. If your child discloses or tells you something or you suspect and see some type of sign or symptom, you've got to follow up, and it's so difficult. You've got to have the courage to call law enforcement, even if it means you're reporting a family member or a friend. And oftentimes, that is just devastating to accept and devastating to have the courage to do the right thing.
Right. And again, chances are, with the statistic, it's probably somebody you know, unfortunately.
Exactly. Unfortunately. Yeah. And then E is education. That's the greatest gift we can give our children, to educate ourselves as adults on how to predict and prevent child sexual abuse, but educate our children on a plan of protection. We teach them how to drop and roll out of a fire. We teach them to look both ways when they cross the street. So why not teach them, if they're ever threatened, what to do? So here's just some fun things around your house that you can use to practice with your child. We at Voice Today teach a plan of protection, and it's no, run, tell.
Okay.
So just get a little dollar store microphone and practice no, that powerful no voice with a child, and practice that muscle so when they're threatened, they'll know that they have personal power.
Right.
We want to teach them to run out of the situation and tell until someone believes them. If they can't tell, perhaps you can give them a sketch pad and a pair of crayons and let them draw it. We want to teach our children about personal boundaries, and the hula hoop is just a wonderful toy to teach them. So have them put on the hula hoop and explain that any space within that hula hoop is their personal space, and they have the right to the personal power to say no if they're uncomfortable. And when they do say no at any time, they need to tell you, because you need to be aware that your child was put in an uncomfortable situation. And then most importantly is teaching children the difference between a secret and a surprise.
Right.
Our abusers, sex offenders, will silence the child with fear. They'll threaten the safety. They'll threaten that they'll kill their mother, their brother, their sister. So that child suffers in silence and keeps that secret. So we have to make sure children understand that surprises reveal, secrets conceal, and secrets can hurt them.
Right.
And so we've got to make sure that they know, no matter what it is, they have to come to you and they have to tell you. And we have got great resources. We've got resources for adults and children to educate on how to predict and prevent child sexual abuse.
Angela, you're amazing, and I can't thank you enough for coming and being so brave, sharing your story, because you're helping so many out there. Parents, obviously, we could talk to you all morning, to learn more how to keep our kids safe. But your website is voicetoday.org, and there's lots of great tips and information on there.
And I just want to ask your viewers to please join the Voice movement. Please stand with us, because together we can protect the next generation of children.
Angela, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Got it.